Okay, so one of the most common questions that I hear are or include something about supplements. And have I used supplements? Yes. Do I find them helpful? Yes. Should I have one for every class? No. Um, it really is um, a person by person thing. Um, my first semester of my first year, I did get supplements for about every class, but I didn't really read them because, number one, I really didn't have the time to read them. And in the end, I only read the chapters in those supplements on the subjects where I was having trouble. Um, and most of the time, if you really are going to only use the chapters where you have trouble, those supplements are available in the law library, and you can just check them out or read them in the law library, or even maybe make copies of that chapter, um, and then read them later. So, in terms of supplements, do I buy them anymore? Yes, I still have supplements, but now I really only have them for one or two of my classes out of the five of the classes. So, and I don't normally go out and buy them until maybe fourth or fifth week of class instead of buying them from the outset for each and every class. This number one saves you money. Number two, it helps you figure out which one is your hardest class because beyond your first year, you might not know, especially if they're elective classes, which class is the hardest class. Um, and one of the things to look out for is if you're taking an elective that really most people don't take, you run the risk of not being able to find a supplement. And in that case, you would be forced to use some kind of treatise. A treatise is kind of, I don't want to call it an encyclopedia, but a condensed version of that section of law. So right now, like I'm taking antitrust law. Do they have some supplements out there? Yeah. um, or like last summer I did immigration law, and I don't think you can really find an E&E on that, which an E&E is an examples and explanations book. Um, Honestly, at that point you have to go on Westlaw or Lexis and pull up some kind of treatise or legal encyclopedia that'll pretty much dumb it down for you, and that is fantastic. I can't, I cannot say how awesome that is. Not saying that you shouldn't go out and buy a supplement, but if you are really stranded, and it is an elective type class, not a standard class, then that is one of the best ways of getting a grasp on that type of law. Um, yeah, so supplements, they are a necessary evil. Most of them are not very costly. E&E books are usually about $20. You can get them used from other law students. Um, do I think that they really matter in terms of exam time? No. I feel like the more practice you get, the better you get, and that's pretty simple. So if you go through like the E&E books, and you don't really read the book, but you read all the examples and explanation parts, the questions and answers, that can be helpful. Just the application of something is the most important part because that's really what you're asked to do on the exam. So the more multiple choice, the more practice essays, the more question and answers that you do, uh, the higher your exam score could be, especially if it's a multiple choice exam. So anyway, that's just my advice. See ya!